Matt, when you handicap games, has it changed in how you go about it, or is there more risk involved because of the transfer portal? Because you've got guys going all over the place, be it starting quarterbacks, receivers. I mean, there's a ton of examples, and you assume that these guys are going to be the same players they were, but they're adjusting to new systems and new teams. How has that affected you?
Well, I mean, it's the first thing is that it's crazy for the Mountain West because everybody's transferring in conference. I mean, if you look at what's going on there and you see guys like Andrew Peasley going from Utah State to Wyoming, Levi Williams going from Wyoming to Utah State, all those guys that left Nevada to go follow their coach. It's certainly interesting to kind of see who's going and are these guys playing their former teams? Also, I think it's kind of interesting. The more I've started handicapping, the more I've kind of tried to look at isolating variables. I think that looking at team totals, I don't have to ask all four units, both offenses, both defenses, to play well for me. If I have the most faith in one unit, why not just play a team total? And then you only have to worry about half the game. So I think as I've kind of, quote unquote, matured as a handicapper, I've started to take the variables out and look at reducing the amount of things that I need to happen in a given game.
Mid-major Matt. So if there's one conference that you say, this is the conference that has more teams that are most likely to challenge a spread, that might give you an upset on a sheet, which conference would you say that is?
I would say it's the Sun Belt. I think the Sun Belt is absolutely fabulous. I know we all talk about some of the big conferences when it comes to realignment, but what the Sun Belt did this offseason with adding James Madison, adding Old Dominion, adding Marshall, adding Southern Miss, I think the Sun Belt has figured out the regional rivalry situation and just basically putting some good teams in there. There's not many bad squads in the Sun Belt, Louisiana Monroe and Georgia Southern, but other than that, you look at Appalachian State. They're taking on North Carolina this weekend, and they're favored. So when you look at the Sun Belt Conference, I think that's the conference that's going to put a lot of scares into a bunch of teams. Coastal Carolina Army this weekend, that's going to be rather interesting. So give me Sun Belt football as the most exciting non-Power 5 football out there.